Welcome back, everyone. We're here for a bootstrapped episode.
It's literally a different world since we recorded last time.
So many things happened.
But that's not...
It's like Y2K happened. It's crazy.
It's been a wild ride, folks, but we're here, and somehow
we're doing
it's okay.
it.
Yeah. There's so many things that I wish that we had a podcast about and could bring in pop culture to and, like, what is happening in the world with current events. And yet, we have Twilight, so I can't...
And here we are, with nothing to compare it to.
Right. So, I can't exactly bring up what happened this week, but y'all know what I'm talking about.
Before we get into anything specific, I was holding this Bible that we've given ourselves.
Yes.
And I realized I haven't read the back of it since I've had it, and there are some questionable reviews of this
Please,
novel
tell me.
that I would like to go into. First of all, this book was a New York Times editor's choice.
Oh, was it now?
I don't know how that happened. I don't know how they slipped that in, but
Who was on that committee?
Yeah, who let that happen? I have questions.
Who let those dogs out is my question.
Oh my god. Snoop Dogg, was this you? Did you do...
Because if so, Snoop Dogg, like, that's fine, but what? Oh my god.
But, like, why?
There's so many other choices.
It was also an Amazon Best Book of the Decade so far.
Of the decade?
Of the decade!
That's a huge...
That's so many...
Wow. Okay.
That's too much of an honor for this track.
Wow.
And then there's, like, more trashy stuff, like a Teen People Hot List pick.
Wow.
Which seems appropriate.
That's a little bit more understandable.
And also, a Publisher's Weekly Best Book of the Year.
Oh, was it now?
Unfortunately.
Best book, you
And then
say?
there are 2 reviews, none of them which are very amazing. But
sure.
At the end, they are called starred reviews. They don't say how many stars they were given.
Oh.
But they were starred reviews.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's the worst thing.
Oh my god, I didn't even notice this now. But there's, like, a blurb that's not, like, there's, like, a text from the book, which is like, I was in love with him, he's a vampire, whatever.
Right.
And then underneath that, it's like, deeply seductive and extraordinarily suspenseful. Twilight is a love story with bite. And I just want to, like, crawl into my skull and, like,
did I write
that? I just can't. Who let this happen?
Okay, but here's the thing. Could that also apply to Bite Beauty? Like, could you use that?
A cross-branded.
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
Because now I have a few more questions about, like, where Bite Beauty comes from.
See, I want to get into Bite Beauty because they seem really chill, but they test on animals, so, ooh, yikes, no thank you.
Yeah, that's not chill. If they change that...
It's a bummer and a half.
It is a bummer and a half. If they changed that, do you know how cool it would be if we had a lipstick about this podcast?
Yo, I would be...
Like, literally
so
a get bit. That would be so cool.
Oh my god. Stop, my heart is so happy. I would wear it every day.
Me too, I would love that so much.
Like, look at my face.
Look at my branding. Oh my gosh, speaking of branding, we have to talk about these photos that Kat sent over.
Oh no.
We have to talk about these... I don't even know how to properly describe them, because I want to say art, like I want to give it its credit, but Are they memes, technically? Are they fan art?
They're not memes. They're more fan art. I can't believe you'd call them memes.
They're an enigma, is what they are.
They're like, okay, so there was a genre of photo stuff and editing of pictures that happened in, like, the 2000s, 2010s, etc.
Yes.
That, like, people went on DeviantArt and, like, Tumblr and all this shit.
Yeah.
And just mash shit together and then put weird text that didn't make any sense in it and, like, the hugest drop shadow so you know that it was there.
Yeah.
And it was a wild time. And so the lovely person who made the Get Bit cross-stitch beautiful thing that's hanging on my wall and I'm looking at right now, Kat, revealed that she had made some of those in her past and sent them to us on our Twitter, and they're a doozy.
They're
fellas.
Amazing. Okay, so I need to properly break down these photos so that folks understand what we're talking about.
No, we need to describe every inch of these photos.
This is all I care about because, so, Kat sent us a screenshot of her Facebook photo. But my favorite thing about that is that you can tell from each of the photos' descriptions that they have a MySpace link in them. And that is literally the best thing about this.
Hold on. I am literally going to this website right now.
Please do.
I hope it still exists.
So the 3 that I chose...
Is this like, invading her privacy or something?
I don't think so. I don't know which of these 3 are my personal favorite. Do you have one that just really jumps out at you?
The Cars one is so
The Cars one is great.
Please do a breakdown while I look up this MySpace.
So this is a 9-paneled image that was sent over, and in a diagonal of the 3 panels that go down it, it's all 3 of the arts from the actual novels, but it says everything that I know about cars I learned from Stephenie Meyer. Wow, first of all. And then the other squares have photos of the cars with the actual descriptions of who they are. And y'all, wow. This takes me to a place that I didn't know that I needed to go, but I am here and I'm loving it. I can't.
Here and I'm ready.
There are just so many fonts. And the thing that I love about the, everything I know about cars I learned from Stephenie Meyer, but it's not even in the Twilight font. It's in this other, mysterious font, which I love.
It's great. It's, sort of, if it was, bolded and, fucked up a little bit, so, you could legally use it or something.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I don't think that the Twilight font was common use yet, which is great. But there's so many different colors, too. It's almost hard to read because some of the font is in white and some of it is in black, and it's just amazing.
It makes you work for it, really.
Really, yeah. It's worth it, though, I would say that.
How do you even know? I wasn't even, just to know all these cars and how they relate to the characters in this novel. I can't. It's so much.
Yes. Wow, I love it. I know that we retweeted them on our Twitter account, so...
Please look at them.
Please
My God.
do.
We were not doing them justice.
No, there's no way. There's no way to truly do it justice because the first one of the Cullens, the Shiny Squad, is literally a promotional photo that they had done, and that, is so wild to me. Oh my God, Robert Pattinson.
What's with the Cullens and wearing blue, though, is the thing.
Well, they have...
All of them are wearing blue.
Okay, well, we can get into this when we talk about the movie, but that was an actual, aesthetic choice of the...
I'm too aware of how blue that movie is.
Yeah, well, their clothing and stuff was meant to be, blues and grays and all that kind of stuff to... make them
moody.
Very
symbolism.
Moody, yes, and they also have a what's it called? The stamp, a sigil. No, that's not the word. Oh my God, what is it? They have a fucking clan, I don't know, symbol or whatever.
Sure.
That they always wear. You'll be able to see in the first movie that Edward is wearing it on a wristband. Hey, here's a question, pups. Why is this happening, actually? But I think just the aesthetic choice of putting a MySpace link in a Facebook photo description is just amazing.
No, it's truly iconic.
Yeah.
It's ballsy.
Yeah, it's definitely a power move, that's for sure. Could you properly describe to me this third photo, please?
Oh, no. Okay, so it is a photo of a beach, a sunset, and there is, a frame around it, but not really. It's, transparent, but there's, a shadow that signifies it being a frame.
Right.
And then it says, just Breaking Dawn in giant letters. It says, Bella, oh, Mike, how will I go on? And then August 2nd, and then a picture of Bella's face in the D of Dawn. So those photos are great. Look them up on our Twitter. They're great.
Yes. Okay, so chapter 17, 18. Wow. First of all,
I am disappointed.
What? You're disappointed?
What do you mean, what? It was... Okay, I was promised vampire baseball. What did we get? Barely any vampire baseball. I'm mad.
I mean, you got a little bit of
No,
baseball.
I got 2/3 of relationship counseling and drama. And then, like, a page or two of baseball. And then, oh shit, got a blast.
Well, I mean...
That's what I got.
It's Stephenie Meyer. What did you expect?
I'm not saying my standards are high for her. With how low these standards are, you tell me vampire baseball, I think, hell yeah, let's go. I'm into it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I got none of that.
I mean, you got the hint of it, but not enough. I do think that you do get more in the movie.
Of vampire baseball.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, you got a drizzle of vampire baseball, but really not a lot to go off of. So this first chapter of the game, it's just a lot to, like, truly absorb.
There's so many things that happen in, like...
a lot.
Not a lot of time.
Right. Which is nice. I mean, it's a nice turn of events, but still.
It's a shocking turn of events for a Stephenie Meyer novel.
Right, absolutely. I think what I enjoy the most of... I don't know. I guess I could say that this is probably one of my favorite starts to a chapter, if only because of the fact that Bella is being so rude to Billy. Like, wow.
It's... Okay, so we see the Blacks, right? They're like, oh, hey, you haven't seen us in a while. We're going to ease our way back into this plot.
Right, exactly.
Now that you're fucking a vampire boy, we have problems.
Exactly. Just absolutely no chill. So it's very clear when you're reading it that Billy has come with a specific intention in mind to try and talk to Bella. But he's just doing it in such an interesting way. I think one of my favorite things...
Weird.
It's weird, first of all, because he brings this fish fry as a sort of, like, a peace treaty. I don't know.
Yeah, right. It's a peace offering, this fried fish.
And then Bella loses it, trying to get him to leave. She's like, yeah, thanks so much for this.
Thank you, bye. Charlie's actually, like, dead. He's not here, so if you want to talk to him, like, sorry, you can't see him. Bye.
Yeah, exactly. And he just stays there. Like, Billy doesn't say anything. I love that. And then all of a sudden is like, hey, Jake, why don't you go get that picture out of the car? And then all the shit goes down.
They're like, let's fucking go.
Yes. Yeah. That's amazing to me, is the fact that Billy is trying to bring up concern, which I think from his perspective is a very valid concern to have.
Fair.
Like hey, this vampire
these people that have, like, killed me and my entire family and home and everything I know and love, they're kind of like bad news. Maybe don't.
Right, exactly. And Bella's having none of it.
None of it.
I think one of my favorite bits about this is when Billy says, maybe it's none of my business, but I don't think that this is such a good idea. And Bella responds saying, you're right, it is none of your business. What? Bye.
God, it's so much. And then he's like, it's not my business, but it might be Charlie's. And then she's like, then it would be also my business, because if it's Charlie's business, it's also my business.
Right,
because we have each other's businesses. And it's the most roundabout way. It's so silly.
Yes, it's amazing to me that they are having this conversation. And even Bella, of course, is being herself, because she asks a question, right, about the business thing, and it's so convoluted. And Stephenie Meyer even has to write in, I wonder if he even understood my confused question. Have you thought about changing your dialogue to fit your plot?
Yeah, maybe just, like, fix it up so I don't have to explain it to everyone.
Exactly. Yes.
I love also that he's like, just think about what you're getting yourself into and stuff. And she's like, yeah, okay, whatever. And then he's like, actually, what I meant by that was, like, don't do what you're doing. Just shut it down.
Oh my god. Yeah.
So much.
This whole conversation...
How do normal people talk to each other? No one knows, because no one does it in this book.
Literally, no. It doesn't exist. I love that little standoff that they have. What I love even more is the fact that Jake comes in and just, like, loses his shit. So he's like, you sent me out here. There's no reason to be out here. There is no picture. You're just a liar. And now we have to go. I don't even get to see Bella. Oh my God.
The love of my life? God, get right, Dad.
Honestly. Oh, Jake, you have no idea
also,
what's coming
in the beginning
for you.
of this, because, like, Edward's still kind of there, and Bella's like, hey, can you get out of here? Because there's, like, people you're not cool with.
Right.
And then he's like, get this child out of here. And she's like, Jacob isn't that young. And I'm like, ma'am, can we stop trying to make this happen, please?
Honestly.
Please.
Yeah, please.
He's 14.
He's just a pure little human.
Edward is, like, literally 100 years old.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
He's his great-grandfather.
He's just so bitter all the time. I love it. It's
Truly.
amazing to me. So they leave because Billy has said all that he needs to do.
Because they're not relevant to the plot.
Right, yeah, because Stephanie Meyer gives no shits and Charlie's not there. And wow, okay. Bella's still pissed, right? Because there's men trying to interfere with her business. Valid.
Right.
Like,
same.
Like, I get you. I understand.
I relate, like, all of the time.
Right, yes. But then she's trying to get changed because of the fact that they're going to go play baseball. And is debating...
And she's like, I don't know anything athletic.
Honestly. Yeah, I love that she's finally has the logical thought of, well, it doesn't really matter what I wear because I'm going to be covered in my raincoat all night. There you go, Bella. There you go.
There you are. There she is.
Oh my God.
God, wait. I don't want to pull this into too different of a direction, but it could be like Corinne in The Bachelor where she's just wearing a raincoat and nothing else. And then he's like, hey, Edward, let's go.
Oh my God. I mean, can you imagine if all of a sudden Bella started talking about, like, cucumber salad and, like
oh my God.
all these, like, snacks and lemon salads
Charlie's
and stuff.
definitely her. Well, no, Charlie's kind of dependent on her.
I mean, if anything, I would say that Bella is Charlie's adult nanny.
That's, yeah, that's fair.
AKA, hi, have you heard of emotional labor? Like, I don't...
Hi.
But anyway, yeah. There's a phone call here, and it really doesn't matter at all as far as the plot goes, other than the fact that Bella is trying to communicate, like, there's only one voice I wanted to hear, and he probably wouldn't just call me. He'd probably just, like, materialize in my room. First of all, yikes. But she still manages to be breathless when she answers the phone. Amazing. But we do get to hear from Jess, which is dope.
Yeah, for the first time in, like, 150 pages.
Literally, yeah. So the dance apparently went well for her.
Thank
Bella
God.
obviously was not paying attention because she's consumed with her own life and has to hear Jess repeat.
When was the last time they were at school? I feel like that was, like, 7 years ago.
Apparently it was only, like, a couple days ago in book, but it feels
That
like
seems
literally weeks ago. Yeah.
Eons.
Yeah. But we do hear from Jess that her and Mike kissed, so
Yes.
that's great.
And Bella could not care at all.
No, I am Bella in that situation, because it's like, I was so excited for Jess, and then I have to hear about Mike Newton, literally bye. Like, not about it. Like, fuck Mike Newton. So that's great.
Hey, she's happy. Let her be happy.
I am totally happy for Jess getting those good smooches and that good whatever she wants, but, like, I don't want to hear about Mike Newton.
Those good smooches.
Hey, listen. Rude, first of all. You don't know. You don't know my life. You don't know. You don't know Jess's life.
Why are you so defensive?
Whatever. It's fine.
Fine, I'll take my good smooches somewhere else, okay?
I need a button of this. I need good smooches on a button. That's great. Anyway, there's something about Char-Dad calling Bella kiddo that's so pure to me.
It's so sweet.
It's just...
We don't deserve him.
No.
Bella doesn't deserve him.
That's the truest shit, though, is the thing. Anyway, he comes back and just realizes that Bella is not alone. Is like, okay, bye. We'll talk about sex shit later. And then they have an interesting conversation.
It's a lot.
Bella...
Like, can we talk about how Bella, like, how she brings up this Edward situation?
It's my favorite thing.
It's just...
It's my favorite thing because of the
silly.
fact... It is silly. I agree with that. I just think that it's amazing that she's waiting until Chardast's dad is eating. And then it's like...
She prepares a whole meal.
Honestly, just to have
sit you down, Dad.
a conversation. And it's like, well, actually, I was hanging out with the Cullens this morning, and he drops his fork. And
Loses
just, like,
it.
cannot. Yeah, so we finally get to hear Dr. Cullen's place come out of Chardast's dad's mouth, which...
Yes. The conspiracy theory continues.
The truest relationship in this novel. Anyway.
Honestly.
And Bella finally admits that she has a date with Edward tonight.
I wouldn't call watching your boyfriend and a bunch of other vampires play baseball a date.
I would not either, but...
I guess? I feel like they've done things that are far more classified date-worthy than this.
Right.
But, sure.
Yeah. There's something about... Because later, like, 2 lines down or whatever, it says that Charlie said a piece of dialogue and did so while thundering. And that is an amazing piece of imagery for me, personally.
Truly.
And also...
I don't think my brain can truly picture it. I feel like it's too good.
It's good. It's a little on the nose, given what they're about to do, but it's still good.
Yeah, it's a little too...
But it's still good.
I do like how on the nose it is when he says he's too old for you. Little does he know. He's literally too old for her.
I love that, though. I think that Bella's response to that is really quick-witted for her, personally. I think that she sees it as, like, a simpleton answer, but the fact that of her, like, her saying, well, we're both juniors, a great response to that. Good job, Bella.
Solid.
My favorite thing about this conversation, though, is Charlie cannot get Edward's name right. Edwin. Amazing.
How different would this book be if his name was Edwin? Can we just imagine this universe for a second?
Amazing. Yes.
God.
And, wow. I just...
Team Edwin.
Oh my god. Yeah, there's something about...
On shirts, everything.
Literally. Yeah. I think people even got, like
the
Twilight.
whitest white boy name.
I know people even got, like, tattoos of Twilight. So the idea of Team Edwin being, tattooed on someone is amazing to me.
Oh, no. It's too real.
Yes. And then an interesting part of this, of Edward, meeting Chardast's dad for the first time. So that was great. And...
totally awkward and great.
And so awkward. Oh, God. There's something about this, though, that it feels really authentic to me, of Bella just being unamused and wanting the conversation to be over with.
And just 2 dudes talking about her when she's there.
Literally right there. Yeah. And, of course, there's another car in this whole Shiny Squad's toolbox. Because when they get outside, it's a fucking, like, monster Jeep or something. Wild. Okay.
I hope it's, like, I'm imagining, like, a monster truck just, like, chilling.
Literally.
Next to the thing. It's like, hey, babe, what up?
All I want is Edwin and a monster truck. And that's it. Like,
a match made in heaven.
Truly, like, the best AU to ever exist.
Yeah.
I thought that the driving scene was boring, first of all.
Yep.
And then, so the thing that pisses me off, though, so they finally get to this spot, and then Edward tells Bella about the fact that they have to run some other ways as well.
Which, like, yikes.
Yeah.
Not ideal.
Not ideal. And she, like, falls, or whatever, and he loses his freaking shit.
He's done.
Yeah.
He's losing it.
It's just so rude. And everything about this just reminds me of the fact that, one, Bella has not had an effective, healthy, emotional relationship ever. And 2, that Edward is intentionally being an asshole, which, not cool. So.
It's just like he's so hot and cold with her. and, like, it makes her not know where they are. Like, she's always, it's, for the most part, it's like, yeah, we're good, everything's cool, but there's, like, little moments where, like, she fucks up, like, a little bit, or not even her fault, but just things happen, and then he gets mad. And it's just like, yikes, I don't like these parallels. No, thank you.
Yeah, exactly. Because the fact that when she falls down, Edward just cannot control his laughter, apparently. And so Bella gets up, frustrated, and is just, like, walking off in a direction. Which, same, I don't know.
Right? Whatever.
And Edward tells her that she's walking in the wrong direction. And she's like, you know what? Fuck this. Fuck you. Fuck everybody. Like, I don't... like, and
whatever. Fuck off.
Yeah, she's so unamused. And Edward has the audacity to tell her, don't be mad. Rude.
I love policing women's feelings. I love it.
God.
My favorite.
Bella does go off on him a little bit, which was refreshing, I guess, but annoying.
Truly.
Annoyed that she had to do it in the first place. So... whatever. I just think that it's interesting and important that she's like, oh, you're the only one who's allowed to get mad? Like...
Yeah. You tell him.
Yeah. I know.
It's so shitty, though, because all of his reactions was like, well, I wasn't mad at you, so it doesn't matter. Like, I was just mad at, like, I just threw my anger into the wind. And it's like, that's not effective communication, and that's just not, like, an excuse for your actions and your behaviors.
No, it's not. And
just because it wasn't placed specifically at a person.
Well, yeah, because she still, like, bared the brunt of it anyway. And so...
Right, and she still was, like, a casualty of that anger, and that, even if it was misplaced.
Exactly. And, the thing that pissed me off the most about this, right? So this is the time when he finally says that he loves her back, right? Oh my God. And qualifies it with...
Could you not be the worst timing?
Which, yeah... Thank you so much for ending an argument with "I love you." Great job. Oh God. And so he says, "I love you." It's a poor excuse for what I'm doing, but it's still true. Okay. How about no? Actually, is the thing. Oh God.
That whole narrative that's like, oh, I do these things, but it's because, like, I'm so in love with you and I'm so blind by my love and whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, you're putting all the blame on her when she has nothing to do with any of this.
Yeah.
And she is also, you know, bearing the burden of a lot of it.
Right.
And still being like, well, it's because I'm so in love with you, and it's because I'm so obsessed with you, and I, you know, just want to eat you all the time or whatever.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's
like,
just a hard pass.
She can't handle any of this, let alone all of it being on her shoulders.
Right, yeah, exactly. Which, it's totally justifiable. It's just annoying that...
Right, of course.
Gets to be an asshole, manipulate her emotions, and be all-consuming and all-controlling. And then when she calls him out on it, he's like, hey, shh, I love you, though, is the thing.
Hey, that's mean. That hurt my feelings.
It's like, Edward, stop. You know better.
God. Hold vampires accountable, 2017.
Truly. Okay, wow. Honestly, I've never heard truer words spoken. Holy shit. Oh my God. Okay. Fuck. Okay. No, I'm not over this. So, anyway, they get done. They walk into the fucking, I don't know, the middle of this oversized field. It's great. Whatever. And they start chatting with some of the shiny squads that's there. I have a bone to pick with this situation because... So, Esme starts talking to Bella, right? Whatever. It's fine. And okay. So, Bella asks why Esme does not play with them and why they're separate teams and she chooses to bow out. And Esme, my sweet, pure Snow White, says that she prefers to referee because she likes to keep them honest. Okay? Valid.
Typical mom thing.
Yeah, if they were playing literally any other sport but baseball or softball, because those people are called umpires, first of all. Oh, God, that bothers me a lot. So, fake fans, Stephanie Meyer, you fake fan.
Yeah, truly.
That's all I have to say. But I did think it was cute that Bella was like,
Could you imagine if she was like, I prefer to umpire? Like, it's not a verb.
Yeah. Oh, God. I did think it was cute, though, that Bella was like, you sound like my mom.
She is such a mom.
I know.
It's great.
I love it so much.
She's so pure.
We do find out a little bit more about Esme's backstory within, like, the 2 seconds of them walking back to the field.
As you do.
Right, yeah, sure. Because we find out that Esme was a mom for a couple of days anyway. And when the baby died, that was why she tried to kill herself.
Right.
And so Bella's, like, shook, right? She's like,
right.
Well, from the story that I heard, you just fell.
Which, like, why would you bring that up to someone who was definitely in an emotional situation, trying to kill themselves? Like, hey, what I heard was different from that thing you said.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, how about you shut up and listen to the person who lived that? You asshole. Lost a baby and jumped off a cliff.
Oh my
god. But no, it's cool. Whatever your boyfriend says, huh?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, you gotta honor that man's narrative. Yeah, it's great.
Oh my god.
So, what I think about when I hear us critiquing this novel is just, like, the novel going on, and then on the side, there's just, like, us as a panel just being like, no.
We are like the peanut gallery. Yeah, it's like, no.
All I want is to throw some peanuts at Edward's head just to whip him into shape.
God, I would want nothing more.
That's a very interesting picture for me to have. Anyway, this whole conversation really is not about Esme, shocker, and just for her to say that she's Team Bella. So, that's great. So, baseball! Yay! We finally get to baseball. Sort of.
We finally get to baseball.
What did you think about this mental imagery? Because I'm excited for you to see it in the movie.
I'm sure it's wild. Wet and wild in the movie.
Oh my god. TM, yeah.
TM. It's wild. It's just like people are fucking like there's like this weird steel bat, but like you can't even hear it being like whiffed.
Right.
And then like people are just climbing trees and like just catching things, and like Bella's literally shook. It's like I don't even know where to look. I don't know what's happening. I love it. I just don't know what's happening. I'm overstimulated.
Yep. Kristen Stewart communicates that really well.
I cannot imagine.
So that's great. There's a lot of similes and comparisons to animals in this scene.
Which, like, yikes.
Yeah, there's lots of, like, gazelle and mountain lion and, like, cobra, like, analogies that are going on, which is a lot.
Hey, Bella, I know we're in your head. You can just say vampire. It's fine. We all know. It's right. Fine. You can just say that. You don't have to do it.
Yes. I do think that this scene in particular showcases the dynamics of their little shiny squad family really well, though.
Mm-hmm.
Just in the
we see them more, like, as individuals, right, but also working together and stuff, and like so you can see like, oh, someone's more like a gazelle or whatever, or like someone's, their instincts are coming into play more in a physical way.
Yeah, like it's important to know that like Alice and Jasper are on the same team, and Emma and Rosalie are on the same team, because you can't separate these people, and yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's just interesting to see how they interact with each other, and that Bella's getting to not feel intimidated by what they're saying, but just like in awe of how their like bodies work, which is interesting. So it's short-lasted, unfortunately, because
bad boys. Yep, bad boys coming into town.
What you gonna do?
The boys are back in town, y'all. The boys are back.
This is wild. So of course, because the fact that Alice can see the future, she just like stops and she's like, y'all. Actually, we can't do that, though, is the thing.
I do admire that she only can see 5 minutes into the future, which is very helpful for no one.
Right. Well, when their ideas change, then she sees that. So it's like a multiplicity of possibilities there. So she only saw it because the fact that they changed their mind and like headed that way kind of thing. But yes, so the bad boys come into the field. Yeah. Not to be confused with like piss babies and shit like that. No, these are just like...
No, they're very distinct categories.
Yeah. These are just like the antagonists of this novel.
Yeah, Edward's a piss baby. These guys are bad boys.
Oh my god, honestly.
See how that differs?
Right, yeah. Alice tells him that these people are coming. Emmett gets so excited. He's just like, yes, let me fight these people.
Yes.
Which, amazing, true.
Hold me back.
Yeah. And Edward gets pissed because of the fact that he's like, I have taken my human who is full of blood into this space. Like, I have so many regrets. And
they try to make her, like, disguise her.
Yeah.
Which, like, what do you think? Like, what? Excuse me, that's not gonna go for anyone. Oh, just put your hair down and, like, try to smell less like a human.
Right.
Because, you know, these vampires that are coming in are not gonna notice.
Right. Or
but, like, it's chill.
Her heartbeat? I don't, like...
Right, or hear that she's a living, breathing human being.
Yeah.
Like, how do you not... What?
Yeah, the chapter essentially ends with the fact of Edward profusely apologizing for putting her in this situation. And Bella makes a point to let us know that his breathing stopped. And then we wait. Because chapter 18 starts off with the bad boys coming in.
Bad boys.
Yeah. What did you think of the bad boys?
Of the bad boys?
Yes. Because of the fact that this is something that you didn't really know too much about.
No, I had no
curious
idea.
About your thoughts.
Well, they were clearly, like, different from the Cullens, which was nice, because it's like, oh, there's different, like, whatever kinds of vampires, or, like, tribes, or, you know, families of vampires, or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're socialized in different ways, and it's lit.
Right.
And, I'm digging the woman who has, like, orange Cheeto hair, like, I'm here for it.
Victoria...
I'm here.
Yeah. That was the motherfucker that I got on that quiz, the first pod.
Oh, it makes sense now.
Yeah, that's her.
God, that seems like years ago.
Literally.
Literally.
Yes. Yeah. There's a lot of...
They do also, describing these people, use the word erect, and I'm just not... I don't know why. Why do we... Why, though?
Yeah, wholly unnecessary, actually.
Really, Steph, you have so many other places to feel your sexual desires in this novel. Why here?
Because I think that her fetishes are the same as Bella's, and this is like a hunting
They're all
scene.
like woodsmen and hunt. Like flannel.
Oh my god.
Like axes.
Multiple.
Like, yes.
Oh my gosh.
Dual wielding. No, okay, a man doesn't have just one axe, Allie. Come on.
Okay, wow. Well, first of all.
You're from the Pacific Northwest, you should know it.
Okay, well, rude, first of all. What I thought was interesting, though, is the comparisons between these groups, and the fact that, like, the bad boys are barefoot, and...
Because, like, you know...
Yeah. Because they don't need shoes. And,
I mean, it's fair.
And Victoria...
They also don't, like, live with humans. Like, they don't give a fuck.
Right, yeah.
Not like these posers.
Unlike these perfectly coiffed Cullens, like, Victoria's hair is filled with leaves and debris, and it's
with
just
fucking
like...
BMWs and, like...
You can just tell that they're very different. How they value their lives, if you could call them lives, is very different with each other, which is interesting.
Yes.
So, wow.
Wow.
This is just such an interesting scene, and it's a lot of posturing and, like, peacocking of, like, who's...
Truly. Just, like, trying to one-up each other, but, like, not saying anything.
Yes. Yeah, so...
And Carlo's being so polite. He's like, oh, let me tell you the history of our family. Please come to our home.
Yeah.
Like, Carlo, this is a bad boy.
Yeah.
These are bad boys.
We find out that Laurent is the leader of this little trio that they've got here, and there's just Victoria and James just, like, holding each other while also staring at these people. Very interesting. Yeah. Very interesting. And Laurent's like
being the hype man. Just what?
Literally. Laurent is all about playing baseball and is like, yeah, players, what's up? And Carlisle, being his ever adorable and respectful self, is like, actually, we were just leaving, but you want to chill?
Let's have, like, tea or something.
Yeah, exactly. So we find out that they are shook by the fact that the Shiny Squad, like, lives there permanently.
Yeah, they're like, how do you, what?
So, James and Victoria look at each other and they're like, that sounds fake, but okay.
Sure.
Right.
You are vampires, right?
Yes. And then, of course, it's all taken down by a breeze, because, sure.
You know.
As you do.
Just the forces of nature.
Right. So as if we weren't already seeing, like, enough posturing and people showing, like, off and how they feel about each other, Bella's hair is attacked by the wind, apparently.
Literally assaulted. She's just like, fuck.
Just like a one-person tornado, just like...
God, she can't catch a break. It's so funny. And it's sad, but it's so funny. Like, she's the most unfortunate human being. Everything that could possibly go wrong goes wrong.
Listen, Bella, I get you. I get it. Trust me. Like, I got it. So, amazing.
Like, it could always be worse. You could always be better.
So, we find out, again, that Stephenie Meyer has this thing with threes, because just as she had done earlier with, like, 3 things, I was absolutely positive. In this scene, she's like, 3 things seem to happen simultaneously.
Oh, God.
So
and also, 3 bad boys, so...
Right, exactly. There's
too
a lot
many.
of threes. It's all a conspiracy theory.
Is she Chance the Rapper? Is the real question.
Oh, my God! Is Chance the Rapper Bella Swan?
Yo!
I have a few thoughts about that.
I have questions.
I have a lot of questions.
I need to re-listen to Coloring Book and I will get back to you.
I will
do a deep analysis.
I will check back in next week. So her hair is rustled by the breeze, and suddenly James is aware of the fact that she's a human. So that's great.
Right.
And there's...
Because they did not really try very hard.
No, apparently they were all
to conceal any of that.
Yeah. Wow. So it's made a mention that his nostrils were flaring. Wow. So that's great. But there's... all of this happens, and Edward loses his shit, and James loses his shit, and they're basically, like, about to just fight each other, but all they're doing is growling.
Yep.
So, that's great. And
real productive, fellas.
Laurent is just like, the fuck, y'all? And Carlo's pretty chill about it. He's just like, yep, no, she's with us, so that's great.
She's chill.
Right. But instead, Laurent cannot conceptualize that at all. So he's like, you brought a snack. And that's... wow, is the thing, actually. So anyway.
Like, I get it, because, like, you eat people. Like, I get it.
But also...
But, like, I see what you're doing. I see you.
Yeah. Anyway, they are, like, saying that there's a lot that they have to learn from the Shiny Squad. So that's great. Whatever. They finally are able to break apart and leave. And then shit starts to hit the fan.
Shit goes wild, man. Edward, like, goes in a fucking, like, car chase and is like, I'm gonna take Bella away from here ever, and you're never seeing her ever again.
Right.
We're just gonna fucking drive off the earth.
Literally.
Like, no thought is being put to any of this. He just starts going.
Yes. Yes. So, finally...
She's like, I have a dad. Like, I can't... What do you mean?
Right.
I can't just go.
Right. But, of course, Edward is not having any of it. Like,
None.
Bella's trying to demand where... she is being taken. She's trying to tell him that she needs to go home. And Edward's just like, nope, absolutely not. And,
No.
I do think it's cute, though, that Bella's like, no, you have to take me back, because Charlie will call the FBI. Like,
it's so... You don't understand. He is a policeman. He will call the FBI. He is the cop, so he can't call himself.
I just think it's amazing that Bella is literally in a Jeep full of vampires, and she's still more intimidated by the FBI.
Yeah, it's like, you don't understand. They'll, like, you'll be in, like, jail, and they're like, it's whatever, shut up.
Oh my god. Alice is trying to speak some reason into Edward. Edward is having None of it. He just keeps roaring, saying, "You don't understand." And, okay, so that's great. We do find out, though, that the reason that he's so pissed is James is a tracker. And so now that he has caught Bella's scent, one, and has figured out that this is a game because Edward is highly unamused about it, that is where all of his, like, fear and frustration are coming out of. But the fact that he is going over 120 miles per hour, not answering Bella's questions, not hearing reason, it's like, my dude, stop.
My man.
Like, stop. But the coolest shit about this, though, is we get to hear about Bella being a badass mastermind.
Yo, she, like, contrives, like, a whole plan, like, out of nothing.
Out of literally nothing. Enough to the point where Emmett is wholly surprised. Alice is like, yeah, actually, that could definitely work. And Edward is so annoyed that he has to consider it and actually sees reason.
Yeah.
So, holy shit. We finally get to see, I don't know, like a skill. Like, Bella's
taking
into
charge?
This space. Yeah. Which is dope.
What?
Yeah, it's great.
Agency?
Amazing.
Truly
Amazing.
inspiring.
Right. So that's great. She comes up with this idea of having to go back to her house and throw the tracker off course, essentially. Mm-hmm. And they dip out and everything is good. Enough to the point where they're like, all right, I guess we have to do this. So that's wild. They decide on Phoenix, of course, because that's where she's
Because where else? There's no other place in this America that they live in.
Right, yeah, of course. And I just think that it's interesting that this whole dynamic there, because these are a lot of, like, heavy hitters. Like, both Edward and Alice have powers. Emmett is the strongest thing that has ever existed, and yet she's having to, like, outwit them all because she's, I don't know, does well in panicked situations, which I think is really cool.
I guess.
Like, all right, dope. So Edward finally hears reason, right? And is like, you have 15 minutes in your house. It's like, okay, well, great. Thank you, Edward. Like, and that's really it for this chapter.
Yeah, man.
I mean, they kind of solidify the fact that she's going to go home and tell Charlie and throw it off course, but we're just kind of left not really knowing much, other than the fact that we find out again that Alice has a different opinion of Edward and Bella's relationship than Edward wants.
Right.
Which is great. So we got a lot of the heavy hitters this time, which is wild.
Truly.
And
got
finally,
some bad boys.
The bad boys, yep. And we get the blacks again, which is nice, and all of those things.
Yeah, can't wait to not see them for another 400 pages.
Well, I mean, the baseball game gone awry, and then the start of the hunt, which is interesting, because when we talk about the book next week, Chapter 19 is goodbye, and Chapter 20 is impatient. So, I wonder where this could go.
Foreshadowing.
Right, exactly.
Not subtle.
Yes.
Yeah. I missed overly not subtle Meyer. Like, she's always there, but it's not as hard as it was in the beginning of this series.
When we get to next week, though, we will only have 4 more chapters left. Like,
wow.
We are almost done with this book.
I know. Wow. I should probably buy the next one.
I mean, probably.
Probably be wise.
You've got, like, till February, but still.
Listen, I haven't found it at my thrift store yet, and I need to, like, check other ones. God, just...
That's a lot of work. I only have about 1,000 copies of each, so if you need one, just let me know.
Great, so, just like FedEx one over.
Yeah, the usual. It's fine.
The usual.
Yeah.
Okay, next week, chapters, what were they? I forgot.
19 and 20.
19 and 20.
Yep.
Do it, or don't. We'll do it for you.
We will always be here doing it for you.
Always. This is an Earbud Media production. You can follow us on Twitter @Earbud Media. And if you want to pitch a show possibly for the network, you can do that at bit.ly/earbudpitch. You can follow us on Twitter and Facebook and Tumblr and Patreon, all at Into the Twilight. Do all the things. It's great. If you want to send us some email, send us like your fan fiction or your art stuff that you're really embarrassed of, but you want to see show to the world. Great. You can do so at intothetwilightshow@gmail.com. Our artwork is done by Maddie Padilla, who's a fucking living legend, and also Samuel L. Jackson. And I was on the spot. I love
that so much.
Maddie Padilla, you can find your stuff at Your Ghost Host 44 on Instagram and a lot of other places that you can find through that Instagram. Our music is done by the lovely Eli Krause, who you can find at krausfilms.com, KRAUSSfilms.com. You can find Allie on the internet at 23ofme.
Hell yeah, you can.
Everywhere. And you can find me on the internet at Cody Captures and also codycorell.co.
Yes. I was so inspired by Earbud Media last week that literally after we stopped recording, Cody and I may have done some plans. So
we are not leaking any of this yet.
I'm just saying that if you have a good idea, just submit it, because I did to Cody's.
Not in the official way, but in a way.
Right. Also, when I imagine Eli Krause, I imagine him as Nick Offerman, and his photo from this weekend of him being a nasty gal wearing the pussy hat.
Yo, that was so good. My heart was so warm.
So that's what Eli is this week to me.
Great.
Personally.
Oh, are we just associating celebrities with the people that do our stuff from now on? Because I like this.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see why not.
I mean, it's fair. It's fair to have everyone get a celebrity, you know?
Yes.
You can't just give it all to Maddie.
Right. Yeah, I agree. I think it's fair. So, are you emotionally prepared for this?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Well, you shouldn't be, really, because it's been a lot. Wow. Okay, so when I went to look for these, because I think about them, but I go to look for them right before we start recording. So the one that I chose for you today is called Life's a Beach. And it's by NJ Writer 62. Sure. And it was
born
published
in 1962
on January. Probably, honestly. It was published January 13th. However, it was updated an hour ago.
Why are people doing this? I can't.
So that's great.
My faith in humanity, I mean, it's been dead, but it's especially dead.
At this point, I'm just finding the most recent ones when I go to look, because I think that is really the funniest thing to me of like who's creating this content. Yep. So the synopsis for this, what is expected to be novel, is Bella takes a winter vacation to her favorite place in the world, Hilton Head Island, South Carolina. So keep that in your mind as you go.
That's just there.
Leaving a tough year and cold weather behind, she hopes the warm beach will help her forget her troubles and find some happiness. Maybe even love.
Oh my god.
Little does she know, she's not the only one with the same idea.
Oh my god.
So,
I just want to say that is like an eerily similar storyline to Scandal, one of the seasons of Scandal. So I'm just gonna...
Oh my god, really? Wow.
That's traumatizing.
As usual, the writer makes note that everything Twilight belongs to Stephenie Meyer, and no copyright infringement is intended, so that's great. Okay.
God, okay. Nobody cares enough to sue you for copyright.
Honestly. Okay. So, okay. I thought it was going to be good, and now I can't because I'm reading this. Okay. So, this is from chapter 1. Okay. Turning her attention back to the beach, she continued on her way. Some of the seagulls that were circling overhead landed nearby, pecking with determination at the sand in search of breakfast. They spread out in every direction, and one wandered right in her path.
Oh my God.
Amused, she stopped to watch the bird. Her presence didn't seem to bother him at all. Okay. Good morning, little one, she said. Find something good to eat? The gull looked at her, tipped his head to the side, and went back to business. I see, she said. You're too busy for a conversation.
Oh my God.
Well, I'll let you get back. And scene.
Oh my God. Okay, no. Okay, alternate universe in which Bella Swan becomes the bird lady in Home Alone 2.
Oh my God.
Lost in New York, when she's just with the pigeons.
Oh my God.
That's what I
want. Wow.
I was hoping for that to be like,
I
you know, in typical Bella Can't Catch a Break fashion, where she was just attacked by, like, birds.
No, that's not a joke, because I am honestly afraid of birds, so I would have set this fic, I would have reported this fic,
that's not a joke, okay?
Like, I would have reported it to management, I don't know, like, there's no way. But yeah,
hey,
so...
fanfiction.net, this is canceled.
I need it to go away. So yeah, there is Bella talking to birds, and the birds give no fucks. So that's great.
Yeah, just not even a chance.
And
God.
Good luck to NJ Writer 62. Oh, Cody, this is one of the highlights, is just finding this trash. I love it so much.
Well, as we say in Forks,
get bit, y'all.